You are listening to the Everything Goes podcast.
And drum roll.
We're back. What's up, everybody? This is Gus with the Everything Goes podcast. What's up, Heidi?
Podcast.
What's up, Heidi? Welcome back to the show.
Hi, Gus. It's been a while.
It's been last 2 weeks, the last time I recorded. It's been a while for you.
Mm-hmm.
But we have you because you're sick. And I just told you not to say it, but you're right. You sound a little weird. You sound a little different.
I sound stuffy.
She has the COVID, guys. I'm kidding.
No, I don't. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. No.
No COVID. No COVID.
COVID yet.
So,
No, I don't have COVID.
No.
I don't. I could confidently say that, but
And we are vaccinated.
we are vaccinated. It's so stupid. Not you, just the vaccine stuff. But I'm just saying, like, I just came down with a cold. Your normal, common cold, you guys. But of course, nowadays you fart and they consider that as COVID.
But
But
I don't know about that, but
it's just an exaggeration. But you know what I mean.
yeah. Well,
Any little thing you sneeze, oh, it's COVID.
when you have to go get
You
tested
cough,
right away.
oh, it's COVID. You have the runny nose, it's COVID.
I tell my kids that.
It's so stupid.
Well, I tell that to my kids when they sneeze. I go, "Oh, COVID, get away from me!" And they're like, "Dad."
Yeah, because you like to bug. You're
Yep.
a bugaboo.
Well, anyways, guys, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So, what do you think about vaccines, Heidi? No, first of all, just let me make it clear.
I have a cold.
Yeah, no, not that.
That's it.
I'm gonna make it clear that we're gonna talk about vaccines and some of the stuff that's going on with being mandated, with anti-vaxxers, and some of that crap.
I am not really educated with
No, well,
the
that's
whole
why
vaccine.
we're not
This
educated.
is just my humble opinion.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's just
I am pro-vaccine.
This is my.
With the exception of this COVID vaccine, it's very questionable. That's all I'm going to say.
This is my.
Period. Period.
This is my advisory. What is it? My parental advisory. Whatever. This is me telling you guys that we're not pros. We're just here to talk about what we feel, what we think about what's going on.
This is just your opinion.
Yeah.
No advisory because you ain't certified or licensed.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not the CDC. I'm not a politician.
You ain't no Fauci.
Well, that too. I'm
I'm
not a pharmaceutical. I don't get paid like Joe Rogan.
I have to laugh at my own stupid stuff.
So, yeah, but that's the reality of it. I mean, everybody is living through it. Everybody hears friends,
Don't
families.
forget to sanitize this mic after.
Shit, I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to throw it away. But see, this is the world we live in now. We have to question everything now.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit of a mess of what's going on in the world, how things are being implemented, how people and social media, the news, I think it's gone overboard. How people with so much time are fighting. Parents are fighting at school about masks, all this shit. For me, honestly, I'm so over this. I'm so like.
But what are you over? Like, what is it that you're like tired of hearing and seeing? What is it? Because because to me the phrase "I'm so over it," but over what?
Over everything, because it's all. I don't know what.
Okay, but what's everything?
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it's been politicized. I can't say the word. But I just been. I think it's been a little bit overblown, and I think a lot of people understand how I feel. I think so. I think I think that's one of the reasons people are so mad to be wearing masks, to be told by the people in power to take a vaccine.
Yeah, my current job notified about a month ago.
Yeah, but they're not
all the staff that by September the 30th, if they're not vaccinated, they will be without a job.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So the people in charge which is our government, like CDC, some doctors, whatever. It's everywhere. It's no place that you can hide away from. Because you'll see it on your social media feed. You'll see it on YouTube. You'll see it on everywhere, including at work. If I don't wear my mask, they're going to tell me something. They're always telling me to put on my mask, or stuff like that. So we're here just to talk about that. We're gonna talk about how like you and I feel about some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's most likely some people are gonna agree, some people are just gonna hate it, because believe it or not, when people get together and we talk and stuff, I would say 90% of the time we end up talking about politics and the vaccine and mask mandates.
When we get together
with anybody. Yeah, that's one of the conversations we have. Because first, you can't walk into somebody's home without, you being sick. You got to be, like we did this week, we have to be a little bit aware, or what's the other word when you're trying to be like considerate of others.
Yeah.
And some people don't give a damn.
Yeah.
They don't care. They'll cough on your face. My rights. Okay. Yeah, that's the reality of it.
Yeah, that is true.
So, so that's where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
We're here in a different world, different times. 2 years ago, who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Right?
Yeah.
The world's going, and you know what? We're gonna touch politics. We're gonna touch the CDC. We're gonna touch about people's views and anti-vaxxers and all that crap.
Yeah.
I really do want to talk about some of these stuff. It's because it's everywhere. Mm-hmm. You can't get away with it.
I feel your energy, your frustration.
I'm pretty sure people that get together are on one side and the other people are on the other side, and there's people that don't care. I'll be honest with you. I asked this question to our friends of ours yesterday. Mm-hmm. I would say in 2008. I say 2008 because that's the first time I ever voted. I say this because I just feel that our vaccines, our government and all that stuff has been very, very politicized. I don't know if I'm saying the word, but politics has become very big with this thing, where I feel like it should never been.
I feel politics tainted the validation of doctors.
Yeah, but
the their knowledge, because doctors, we believe in doctors, or at least we are told to trust in them,
since
to
we're
believe
kids,
in them.
right?
Yeah.
Since we're kids.
They're here to, in their oath, they're here to help you.
Yeah.
However, things have changed. There are good doctors out there, and there's bad doctors out there that only care. They see the patient as a paycheck. Yeah. And I myself have seen that.
It's a business.
I used to work for a bookkeeper. I was a bookkeeper for a bookkeeping company, and it was a GI doctor specialist, and a patient had passed away, and I swear maybe like an hour that the patient passed away, the doctor notified the bookkeeping company that I worked for. And my boss notified me, bill them their last month invoice for this patient because the doctor wants to get paid. And literally, the patient just died.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Well, remember, I it's as hard as it sounds. We live in a capitalist country, and it's made to, services rendered, you need to pay.
Yeah, and then I was like, holy shit.
As it sucks as it sounds, but
so sad. But anyways, yeah. I mean, going back.
Okay, let me ask you this. Well, hold on. I said in 2008, this is before we knew our politicians, because I think everybody now knows their politicians because of Facebook, because of social media. Let me ask you this question. I asked the questions to our friends yesterday. Do you remember in 2008, before, I would say, Facebook or the other one, before Instagram, before what's the first?
MySpace?
Before MySpace and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember knowing or even caring about politics?
No, never.
Right?
Yeah.
We never cared.
Till this day, I still don't care.
No.
However, I do have a little bit of interest.
Yes. And
maybe like 10%.
But
before it used to be negative 100.
No, and that's the way it was because it wasn't in our faces.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. Do you watch like CNN or Fox News or any of that?
No, I can't.
Okay. See?
I can't. I would.
Wait.
During the pandemic, I did. But it just takes a toll on me mentally, and it drains me. I feel without energy. I feel like so confused. I have so many questions, but I don't even know where to start.
Okay, well, the reason I asked that...
And then Google doesn't help.
The reason I asked that question...
Mm-hmm.
Because I would say not a lot of people... I would say no, at the time...
Mm-hmm.
watched the news.
In 08.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the older people did, but a lot of the younger generation didn't. You're not interested in Fox News and CNN, not till you get a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I say that is that at that age, in my early 20s, or my mid-20s at the time, I didn't know any of my politicians. Now I feel like I know a lot of them. And it's not because I watch CNN or Fox News. It's because it's on social media now.
Yeah. Well, again, it's a business for them. They need to use their tools, their resources.
Platform, yes. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like now it's in your face. It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody told me, I think even Josh told me yesterday, like the phone might be hearing us. And it's true because there's times where we talk about stuff and next thing you know, it's on my feed. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I've been telling you lately, Gus, I want a third piercing on my ear, right?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere on Instagram, piercing like images come up in my feed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I trip out.
So it's true. It's off, but it's picking up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is. So our technology is getting to where it's listening on us.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's the reason I asked, because before it wasn't, politics and health and all that shit didn't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel like they're intertwined and it's all mixed up. So now we just can't listen to our normal doctors because our politician is telling us that. That's where I feel that it's gotten a bit of a mess, because now you got people that are listening to doctors, people that are listening to politicians.
Whether you were, and I know where you stand in this, but to the listeners, whether you were a pro lover for Trump or you were against Trump, you guys have to admit, the obvious. The obvious is that the way he handled when the vaccine was in development, or when it was coming up, when they were introducing it to us and stuff, the way Trump handled that whole situation made me feel doubtful, like I can't trust it, because he would mock it.
Yeah.
He would contradict the CDC, Fauci, and everybody and their mamas.
Yeah, so they put a question mark and everything he
and
did.
then he ends up taking it.
Yes. See, this is something I want to talk about.
And his daughter, right? After they left office and everything. So that's just one sample of why I question the vaccine. However, I have to say here, because we're being transparent and honest, right?
No.
I am vaccinated.
Okay.
I had to get vaccinated.
Okay. You jumped in front of me. I did want to talk about that, but let's stick with us.
Okay.
I was going to ask you that we are vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to ask you, before being vaccinated, we did get vaccinated in April.
Mm-hmm.
What was your concern about being vaccinated?
It's a fucking false.
No, what was your... Not because of what you heard.
Yeah.
What did you feel about taking it? What?
Well, for sure, fear. And then I was
why?
like,
Why fear?
Because fear of the unknown. Fear of like knowing both sides. It could go good or it could go south. South meaning, man, these people, like all the stuff that would be transmitted through like social media and television and radio. They haven't done enough research. And they already it's not even FDA approved. At that time, it wasn't FDA approved. Now it is. And all this stuff. The negative side effects and stuff. And I'm 36. I still feel like I'm still young.
Yeah.
And I have 2 boys.
Now, let me ask you this. And this is why I think I asked you yesterday. Did you do any research on it before going ahead and taking it?
No.
And why'd you take it?
I didn't do any research. Like, I did not go in the website and looked up Pfizer. I did not. I didn't. What I did is consult with a family member of mine who's a nurse. and took her word for granted
But
because I feel comfortable with her.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you didn't have a cousin that works in the medical industry, would you?
Mm-hmm. And she works hardcore in intensive care and everything.
What convinced you? What is it that she said that convinced you?
That we put other stuff that are toxic to our body, that this vaccine, isn't like as bad as the media has made it seem. This vaccine is actually an opportunity to, be safe in a sense, in case we do get it, because it doesn't stop you from getting it.
No, it doesn't.
It prevents you from getting it hardcore.
Mm-hmm. It's because it's introduced to our body.
And the fact, that we have our eldest who's asthmatic.
Okay.
So
that came into your, because I asked you yesterday and you didn't tell me that.
Yeah. That's what she told me.
No, I asked you yesterday.
Yeah.
What is it that changed your mind? You didn't mention my kid.
Oh, it's a lot of things.
Because that's the one I think I told you on there.
Yeah.
I work, look, let me tell you what made me convinced.
Well, my top 3 is I don't want to live in fear, my son, and the fact that I knew that in those 8 months out of the year and a half that I was home, in 8 months, I took a course to work in the medical field, administration part. So I knew that if I wanted to find a job in there, I needed to get vaccinated because it was gonna be mandated or not mandated. I know it was gonna be a requirement. So I was like, okay, I did not just spend 8 months out of my life studying and doing all of this for nothing, because I want to be, anti-vax or a rebel or whatever,
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna live in fear. I don't want my son to get sick because of me. And I need to fucking find a job.
It's hard. You see, that's the thing.
And pandemic or not pandemic, if you work in the medical field, you will always have a job.
Well,
so those are my 3 things that I was like, okay, you know what, Jesus? You take the wheel. I leave my life in your hands. And whatever happens, happens.
Okay, you said 3 things. I'm gonna have to cut in there. The first one you said it had something to do with, what was the first one again?
Fear.
Okay, fear. Everybody's in fear. This is a new vaccine. Everybody. Mm-hmm. It came out fast. It came out quick.
Yeah.
This is something I've read too, and it makes sense. It makes sense. How did they have a vaccine that fast? Even though look. When I hear this, and I'm going to say what I've heard. Don't take it but this is what I've read. That the COVID is part of the SARS, which has been there already. The SARS, whatever it's called. The SARS disease, whatever. Mm-hmm. Or virus, the SARS virus. Only that this is a different type of mutation, the COVID-19. It's a different type of mutation. So it's the SARS virus was already there. It's already been there. It's been around. So this is just another different mutation, which was a lot more contagious, a lot more dangerous. So the vaccines were already out there for the SARS. So they had to create a new one. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like they were starting all over. Mm-hmm. But don't take my word for it, but that's what I've read. Mm-hmm. Now, I want to go back to what you said about, because I wasn't in fear of it. I told you, I work in logistics, and there was a bunch of people at work that are a little older that got it. And they did that. I mean, I saw it because where I work, there's a bunch of people. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them were missing 3 months, 2 months. When they got back, they could barely walk up the stairs. Walking up the stairs, they were like, oh, they were out another 2 weeks because they couldn't breathe. Mm-hmm. They were so messed up. They were so tired. They were so sick. So I saw firsthand. I can't imagine people that were actually at the hospitals and they were going through this. They were that had to see this. And this is where I'm saying, depending on where you're at, it's going to change your view on how you see things and how you do things. Mm-hmm. For us, I told you yesterday, one of the main reasons for me to get it, it's not me, because I'm a parent first. And I know what I have at home. I have a son that's asthmatic. So if it means the for me to take it, for me not to to get it and get it hard, and I don't know how it works, but if you have the vaccine, it's less contagious towards you. It doesn't mean that you cannot get it, but it's less contagious.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to get full blown and then bring it home, where I know I have a kid that he could really get sick. So those are my concerns. Mm-hmm. And I told you this. I think the outcome weighs.
The outcome is more.
Yeah. Than I could bear. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine if I would have said, you know what, I got it. Oh well, la la la. If I'm thinking just about me, but it's not just about me. It's about the kids that I have at home. Mm-hmm. That was the main reason I got it, because I don't want to have no second doubt. If I die, that's on me. Mm-hmm. But I can't come home and say, God damn, I should have done it. Could have, would have.
Yeah.
Knowing that I have a kid that's, asthmatic. Yeah. And remember, this is a lung disease that people die because they can't breathe.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have no second doubts. If something happens to me, that's on me. But at least I know that I don't want to have no second doubts on my kid. That's what made me change, because at first I was like, nah, I ain't taking that. Not yet, because my job was one of the first ones to like go ahead and get it. We're not first responders, but we were there with them, mm-hmm. because we moved stuff for them.
For the government.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could have gotten it in January.
Mm-hmm.
In January. But we waited a couple months to see how it worked out, how it was going, how it was doing. And then obviously we were traveling. So we're like, oh, might as well take it. So mm-hmm. so that's where, we took it and nothing. Luckily for us, nothing happened. Yeah, luckily for us. I went to work. I took a shot. Look, there's some people that take days off because they wanted to. They take 2-3 days. That's what the CDC tells you. After you take the shot, make sure to take 2 days off or something like that. Mm-hmm. I took the shot. I want to go home. I went to work. Why? Because I didn't want to miss my days. Mm-hmm. So, nothing happened to me.
But you did have side effects.
What?
Remember the day of? You were or the next day, I think it was.
Oh, my arm. Yeah.
You were sore.
I'm sore where they put the shot on me.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that if you get that shot, god damn, dude, I couldn't move my shoulder for like a day.
Yeah.
And I still went to work like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't nothing. It was more like a physical thing than an internal thing.
Yeah, but you still have to, if you're being transparent and honest, you have to disclose it.
Yeah, okay.
Because then people get the image of like nothing. No, nothing is nothing. Nothing. Yes, Gus did get soreness from his arm.
You didn't.
And I didn't. I don't know. I am my mom and my dad who conceived me, and God that has blessed me has given me.
You didn't feel nothing.
Nothing.
I couldn't lift my shoulder for like a day. I was like,
I've been blessed with good immune system. No. I get sick here and there, very rare, but
you know what? But I thought I was the only one. At work, I would see the people that would get it, and they were like, I can't move my arm.
Mm-hmm. My cousin told me, the one that's a nurse.
Yeah, and frankly, the reason I say that is because I work with moving heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So using our muscles is something we have to do. So if our arm hurts, not like I'm sitting in an office and typing or using a pencil or something on the phone. Everything I use is my muscles. So I was hurting that day. I was hurting bad.
No, Mercedes told me, just heads up. Feel free to take Tylenol or Advil after, because you might get a little bit of fever.
Yeah.
You might get soreness. But if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Just like the flu shot. Yeah. The flu shot, that's what they tell you, right?
Yeah.
Any
shot.
Yeah. No, the flu shot.
Any shot leaves you sore.
Yeah. Well, this is where I was going with this before I forget. And I did forget already. Anyway, I did forget. Well, the thing is that nothing happened.
Your main thing was your son.
Yes.
That's the reason why you took it.
And this is, I wanted to say this. I didn't grow an extra eye. My ears didn't get bigger.
Not yet. You're still in testing.
Yeah. My schlong didn't get any. It got bigger, guys. It did get big. My schlong, it got bigger. And
what do you mean? I don't get that part.
Those are the side effects. You never heard the side effects? What Nicki Minaj said not too long ago? Okay, let me tell you.
What did Nicki Minaj say?
The only reason I said this because it came out
on your feed.
No, it came out on
radio.
Jimmy Fallon.
Oh.
No, the other one. Jimmy Kimmel, and he was making fun of it. Because she came out saying, It came out on the Jimmy Kimmel, which he makes fun of it because he's all like, Nicki Minaj's friend said that her friend's friend. Now you get it now.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're playing phone tag.
Mm-hmm.
She came out saying this on her Twitter. Her friend's friend told her that his testicles after taking the vaccine grew to the size of a grapefruit.
Oh gosh.
But you get what's so funny though.
Mm-hmm.
It's like playing phone tag. He said that his friend said.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's. But do you get me?
Yeah, I get
do
it.
you get it? That
so stupid. Mm-hmm.
But she put it out on her tweet.
Yeah.
So they were making fun of that. I was like, okay, but were you there? No.
Did you see them? Did you touch them? Did you measure them?
Yeah. So they were making fun of her because what she posted, and I get it. I mean, but just think how ridiculous that sounds. Look, my brother-in-law. You know who you are. Came up to me, goes, Gus, you took the vaccine because he doesn't want to take the vaccine. I go, that's on you. Like to me, it doesn't. This is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to take it, that's on you. It doesn't bother me.
I
already took it.
Why? I don't. That's the other thing. People. I mean, I'm a sensitive human being person, but people are too sensitive when it comes to the vaccine. They take it too personal. Like they start questioning you, like how dare you not have it? And if you do have it, the people that don't want to have it, it's like, how dare you took it?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
Oh, well,
leave me alone.
Well, let me tell you. Let me finish the story with my brother-in-law. What did he say? He came up to me and he goes, Gus, about that spoon. Because why?
Oh,
because there's a doctor that came out on I don't know where, like in front of Congress, saying it was a doctor. It's a lady. You could find her. That whatever metallic stuff is in the vaccine now, like you're you get magnets. You're magnetized. Whatever you become a magnet yourself, so you could like put like spoons on you and stuff like that.
Since I'm a magnet, I only attract abundance, life, good energy. That's it.
But what did my brother-in-law do?
He got a spoon and started putting it on all of our shoulders.
And what did when he came to mine, what happened? It stuck on me, right? And then he's like, oh, leave him his wife, which is my sister.
And then you came.
And then what we do? We did it to him, and
who's not vaccinated.
He's not vaccinated. What happened?
The spoon stuck
to there.
Yeah.
So we had a laugh about it.
Yeah, because it's so stupid. I mean, no, he's not stupid. I mean, like the situation.
I think he was. I mean, he did it messing around.
Of course.
He did it messing around. But
he's a big bear.
Yes, but the thing is that there is people that actually believe this kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly just think about how ridiculous that sounds. I get it. If you're like, this is the thing with these. I don't know where I get it. Maybe they have too much time in their hands. I'm a conspiracy theorist, man. If anybody knows me, and I tell everybody, I rage against the machine. I believe that 9/11 was an inside job. So I believe that Kennedy was assassinated by the CIA. So I believe in all these things. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not because somebody told me. I went ahead and researched and just read about stuff, and not because of what somebody told me. It's not but what some person said on YouTube or Facebook or no. I did my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that. I mean, that's what you do. You do your due diligence and you research and you do your thing, and then it's what's it called when you do a smart choice? I forget what the word is. God, I haven't been in school in a long time. When you do it's a calculated smart
hypothesis.
No, that's a theory.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I forget the word.
Thesis?
Nope. I forgot what I was saying. Damn, see, trying to think too good. No, I messed up. But anyway,
it's part of the vaccine side effects, Gus.
Yeah. There it is. I lost my hair.
I was telling Gus the other night, when we were having dinner, or when you were having dinner, I was just talking to you. Man, I wish one of the side effects of the vaccine would be faster metabolism, so we could start losing weight.
I blame being fat on the vaccine, guys. That's it. I blame. Hey, I'm suing Dr. Fauci and the CDC for this. I got fat, guys.
So dumb.
But think about it. Mm-hmm. Is it ridiculous to hear something like that about the vaccine, that it made you grow big balls?
I just feel so sad how things that's supposed to unite us divide us even more.
Yeah. But why do you think that? Because This is what I think.
Mainstream.
Yeah, well, not only that, the people that are in charge. Look at you. You mentioned Homeboy.
Even last week, I don't watch TV anymore, but it came up on my feed. The show The View. I think it's on ABC Channel 7.
Yeah.
To co-host, ended up by the producer of The View. They were asked to step away from the stage because they tested positive.
Okay, which is
and
good.
10 minutes before, the producer asked them to step out, to remove themselves from the stage. They were about to interview our VP, Kamala Harris. And the reason why they're saying that it was all planned is because Kamala Harris knew that these two Hispanic co-hosts from The View were going to drill her on immigration. And she's not ready for that, to be answering those questions.
Yeah, but a lot of...
And then today, Monday, those two girls came back to The View, and they said that it was a mistake. They retested, and they tested negative. So people are like, is it like
conspiracy?
Was it planned, or
It's a conspiracy?
What was it?
See, but this is where it's conspiracy. Do you know what a conspiracy is? It's something to hide. Mm-hmm. To hide in plain sight.
I am married to one of conspiracy
theorist.
Yeah,
well, things like that happen. It happens. But this is where I say people in power. And it started with you said number 45. I'm not going to say his name. Mr. 45. He, like you said, people in power are supposed to either, believe it or not, they have more power than they think. And this guy did have a lot with his base.
They should just use their platform for
Yes, but this is what I'm going.
In a good way.
You said that he came out kind of like mocking it.
He did,
and he did. Yes, I agree with you. He did.
Yeah.
He mocked it, and he mocked Dr. Fauci, and his followers started mocking Fauci, and now he's a big joke. Mm-hmm. And now nobody trusts the CDC. But guess what? Mm-hmm. He got COVID, and guess what? After that, he was one of the first ones to get the vaccine. His whole family probably was one of the first ones.
Well, he supposedly got COVID, because even that is questionable to me.
Well, he got the vaccine, and all his family did. And that's what I tell everybody. If you follow this person that bad, because his followers are like hardcore. Mm-hmm. And where did it come out that if you're a Republican, this is where we're going to politics. If you're a Republican and you're anti-vaccine or whatever, now you're a Republican.
No, I know Democrats.
Yeah, no, but
and they're anti-vaccine.
Yeah, but I would say the majority of them that follow him are anti-vax. But why? When your president, when your guy that you follow got the vaccine and he said vaccines are okay and he got booed off the stage. He did get booed off because he went to Alabama or something like that and he told everybody, hey, get vaccine. Get vaccine. And dude, this is a guy that never gets booed by his own people and he got booed off the stage. That was last week. That's why it was big news, because he doesn't come out on news very often anymore. But because he was at a rally and he said in Alabama, because the South is really bad with COVID cases. Florida. Florida is just crazy. Florida. I'm not going to say anything else. Just Florida and Texas is just a different breed of states. But he got booed. But the thing is that I'm just saying that he got the vaccine. What's the problem? Your number 45 got vaccinated, but like everybody that when they're at the rallies, are because the people that go in there and are you vaccinated? No. Why? Because it just, when you hear these people and the things they say, is you could feel the hate or whatever they feel inside. You could feel the tension. How like bothered they are with certain people, or how things are in the world, or whatever. But you could feel it, and sometimes I feel like, this is my opinion. My opinion is that some of these people that get like so frustrated and so pissed off is that they have I I get it. We all come from different backgrounds. They grew up a certain way, and they are like that already inside. It just gives an excuse to spew that whatever they're feeling now, because number 45 used to do it, and now it's okay for it because we've spoken about this. Now they just what's next thing to be mad about? The vaccine, wearing a mask. That is my honestly opinion. A lot of us, like people that actually work here, and I go, damn, because I work, I have kids. Do I have time to do any of that? Do we have time to go out and protest, Heidi?
No.
So, like, to me, it's hard because I always say, like, damn, these people have so much time in their freaking lives to be doing all this crap. Obviously, it only takes quite a bit to get pissed off and get caught on camera still, but a lot of them are protesting.
Mm-hmm.
They have so much time in their hands. That's my honestly opinion. When you stay home and you overthink and you start like dwindling, feeling all the bad anger and your frustrations, you just want to throw it out somewhere.
Yeah, instead of facing your own inner demons.
Remember I told you one time when because I stayed for 6 months after my surgery, and I was getting kind of depressed because all you could do is watch TV, be on YouTube.
All you would do is from your room to the living room.
So you get frustrated.
To your room.
So you start getting all these. You start getting kind of depressed because that's all, like, God damn, like you start feeling it in your head. You start feeling frustrated. Like I could see why people get depressed or when they're at home.
Yeah, I felt that during the pandemic. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I could see why people.
I would get a little bit anxious too.
Yeah, well, all those emotions.
Like 2:00 in the morning, and next thing you know, it's 3. Next thing you know, it's 4, 5.
Because all you do is thinking too much.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're at. I think a lot of people are at home and
that's why I'm so happy I'm working.
They have nothing else to do but like consume CNN,
People,
Fox News.
Don't take your job for granted because we are all replaceable. But be grateful the fact that you have a job. Whether or not you like being where you're at that job, that's on you.
No.
Because you have the choice. But just the fact that you are dragging your legs every day because you hate that job, but you have to be there because it's a form of a paycheck, a survival.
Yeah.
That's on you. But just be grateful. That's what I say. I'm just grateful that I'm here. I'm just grateful that the opportunity opened for me. And I'm just grateful overall.
Let me ask you this question.
Because being home, feeling stuck, feeling like the days are going by and you have no control of it. And then on top of that, you have your kids. You see your kids, trying to do the online schooling. And, they could only focus so much. And we live in an apartment.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's not like we can take them to the backyard, go throw the ball. Or if we would go to the park, we can't use the stuff that they use to play because they have tape around it. Because,
it sucks.
During COVID, it sucks. It was tough.
Okay, let me go back to this. Now that you say we're parents. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're parents. We've had our kids since one is going on 11, the other one's going on 7. Did you ever question your doctor to why they need their vaccines? Did you ever question? Did you ever research before you had the kid, or you just went along with?
No, the first thing I told Dr. Bromberg with Isaac, who's our firstborn, I was like, can you explain to me what the vaccine is, the ones you want to give him? And so he would. And then I was like, can you explain to me like the whole autism? Supposedly, certain vaccines give your child a high risk of autism. And our kid's doctor, he's very very, very, I would say, smart doctor.
As they should. They are doctors.
Very, very smart. No, yeah, but some of them, I feel like they just check you in and check you out. Like, they don't take the time.
But that's because we don't ask questions.
But even then, sometimes when I'm just there for like a quick visit because they have a fever or whatever, he still like takes their time with them.
Okay, before you say anything else, I'm gonna tell you what I thought about myself.
Hold on, and he ran one of the pediatrics a department at
What's else?
No, that's his practice in West Hills. No, he did several hours at
UCLA, USA,
Children's here on Sunset Boulevard, Children's Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Los Angeles Children's Hospital. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He ran one of the departments there for a very long time. Sorry, for a very long time. So, I don't know. I feel he's very good.
But did you ever question him? Like you felt not comfortable?
No, I've always felt comfortable with him. If anything, when I was pregnant with Isaac, I interviewed him. That's why I chose him.
I remember telling you that they work for us. We don't work for them.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to ask those questions. I remember telling you that.
And he's very direct.
Yeah, I've always said this to people. If you don't ask questions to your doctor, then there's something wrong. Because remember, they work for you. You're paying their bills.
Mm-hmm.
They don't work for you. You go leave and go to another doctor. If you don't like that doctor, you don't have to go to that doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you said, you interviewed him.
I did.
And
I interviewed before him. I did 2 other doctors, and I just didn't click with them.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
Because they do kind of like.
I didn't like it.
And the reason you interview them is because you have your kids that they're gonna go to. We have two of our kids. He's seen them grow up.
Yeah.
He remembers them.
I gave labor, and the next day he was there checking up on them.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
So, like what is it, pediatrician?
Pediatrician, yeah.
Our pediatrician, my kid's pediatrician, has seen them grown.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went to the office maybe like 2 weeks ago, and he knows. I'm like, hey, hi, Lucas. Hi, Gus, Isaac. God, you guys are big. Or my little one. God, he's big. Because he is. He's a big kid. But he knows them. Yeah. That's why I tell people, like, if you don't have that relationship with your doctor, you got to ask questions, man.
Yeah.
You can't just take their word for it and be okay.
And I'm very persistent in the fact where, there are occasions where my kids might get, sick here and there randomly, and their pediatrician is unavailable, but a colleague will see them, and I have no choice but to take it, Yeah. But I am very persistent in always requesting him because to me, there's no better way of one doctor keeping track of your child's file in a sense. Like, there's nobody else that can know your child better besides us, the parents, than the pediatrician.
Yeah. That makes sense.
From beginning to end.
That makes sense. Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. I said, the reason I say that is because when they're kids, they have an immunization card. Yeah. Like, so they take their shots or their vaccines every couple of years or something like that. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm a guy. I've always let you take care of that. Mm-hmm. So I didn't even think about it, honestly. Did you ever think about it when your mom? Did anybody ever question this? Because everybody's gotten their vaccines to go to school.
I know for a fact our parents' generation, they never questioned anything. It was installed in them just to obey. I don't know if it's because of the culture. No. I don't know if it's because this is not their country. They're immigrants. And they feel like they don't have a voice, or how dare they question. Yeah. So I feel like they're the yes people. Yes. Whatever you say, I'll get it done without question. I think our generation and our kids' generation and their kids' generation are going to be more like the ones who are going to be questioning everything. Yeah. Which is fine. And that's one thing that I like about our children's pediatrician. He doesn't mind answering any questions.
Yeah, to put you at ease.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, and he told me, like a year and a half ago when I took the boys for their physical, I told him, Dr. Bromberg, straight up, I told him, what are the chances of my kids getting COVID at a public school or private school? Because at the time our kids were going to private, and I was debating whether or not I should enroll them for the upcoming school year.
Yeah.
And not knowing what's gonna happen with another shutdown, and I didn't want to be attached to a contract, for another 10 months, and my kids not learning as they should be learning as when they're in person.
Yeah.
So he told me, are you asking me because of the money, or are you asking me what's the best outcome for them, like health wise? And I told him both. And he told me, money, take them out of private. You want the best outcome, meaning like they're going to be more taken care of. The fact that the private schools has more funds to sanitize everything, to have smaller classes, not as many kids.
Yeah.
Then keep them in there. That was a year and a half ago that he told me that.
Yeah, because LAUSD took forever to come up with something.
Yeah.
Where the private schools, they were doing their thing already. Yeah.
The school that our boys went to at that time, they reacted so fast.
Yeah, they started doing everything, putting up like.
Yeah, we had no issues like on the online program that they used versus what I heard.
Yeah.
Some friends that I have that have their kids in LAUSD.
But then again, your LAUSD is humongous compared to a little private school.
Correct, that too.
So.
But yeah, no. But going back to your question, do I question Dr. Bromberg? Yes, of course, all the time.
Why is it, do you think, that we never did? Like our parents never did? Is it because there was no internet? We didn't research?
I think lack of knowledge. But they don't have the time because they're always working.
But it's. I don't think it's the younger generation that questions the majority of the vaccines. You hear a lot of the Karens, a lot of the older guys about the vaccines when they themselves had to grow up and they had vaccines in them to go to school. Like right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to school without some vaccines. I remember when my youngest, not too long ago, he was about to start first or kinder or go to school. You're like, Gus, I need his vaccine card. La, la. I remember you told me that.
Mm-hmm. Because I need to provide it to the school.
Well, I think before he was going to kindergarten,
mm-hmm.
You needed the vaccination card. La, la. We never questioned that. So there's all these vaccines that we don't need. We don't know about.
Well, every checkup that you take your kids to, they give you a list of the vaccines that they're going to be getting that day.
Yeah.
And they give you time, at least where I go, they give you enough time for you to review it. And then the doctor comes in and he straight out says, "Do you have any questions for me?" And I always ask because I have a reading comprehension disorder. Yeah. I could be reading the same paragraph over and over again, but sometimes it just doesn't click.
Yeah.
Especially when I feel rushed. So I always ask him, okay, what is this for? What are the probabilities of, them getting this or whatever, And he answers.
Yeah. But this is the thing. I want to say this because we were talking about our kids and going to school. Everybody that's an adult now, when you've gone to school, guarantee you that you had to have your vaccines to go to school, at least to elementary, even to college, even when you're around kids, because we used to work around kids and they made sure about my hepatitis B for sure. I remember that.
TB also.
Yeah,
tuberculosis.
the TB test and all this. We never questioned it. I didn't go and start screaming at people or la la about vaccines and la. I'm telling you, this is a new thing. So, not every school, not every district, but this is one of the things that schools ask. These are the type of vaccines. I'm pretty sure every state is probably different, but these are like the majority of them. Diphtheria, the tetanus, pertussis, which I can't even pronounce, polio, measles, the bumps, rubella, hepatitis B, and chickenpox. Chickenpox. I still remember going to school, Heidi. There was no chickenpox vaccine yet when we were in elementary. When I was in elementary, because every other week a kid would come out with chickenpox, and it was a thing. I remember. Oh, I got the chickenpox. I stayed home all week.
But you also have to take into this is where my questions start arising, Gus. When we're growing up, I want to say vaccines or the people that did develop the vaccines did develop them for good.
That's what we think.
For good. I think so. I honestly feel that they did. Medicine was medicine to help us. Then came pharmaceutical, and the game changed.
No, the pharmaceutical industry's always been there, honey.
No, yes, but the selfishness, the more
How they pay the doctors.
profits.
Yeah.
You know, it's how do you phrase it? Money hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
Okay.
about making money.
Exactly. What did they call it?
Profiting.
No, yes, I know, but there's another phrase. I can't think right now. But then I think that changed because it's like a domino effect. You know, they tell, the doctors, oh, if you sell this to your patients, you get this cut,
Yeah.
Or the insurance says the same thing with doctors. You'll make more of a percent by getting this type of insurance versus this one.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where medicine stopped. I feel medicine, yes, it probably has grown, but not to the best interest of human, of helping the humans, of helping us.
Yeah.
I feel it's been more lately, and maybe not lately, but now it's more, you see it more. So that's why people like raise eyebrows and they start questioning. I feel like maybe now medicine isn't being made to help us. It's being made to, in a sense, kill us.
Maintain us.
Yeah, maintain us too.
Okay, I spoke to this with your friend yesterday about this.
Mm-hmm.
About and you see it that way. The pharmaceutical has always been there. The difference is that now people are looking at them. Now people are being aware of how it worked.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're more aware of it, because they're not in the business of curing you. They're in the business of making money.
Mm-hmm.
And what keeps we spoke about this. Let's say a cancer patient. What to have a patient on a bunch of medications and all these pills and radiation and all this stuff. Guess what? They're making money off that patient. They're not in the business of curing you, because if you cure yourself, guess what? No business. There's no money behind it.
Yeah.
And I think we watched, I don't know if it's Fahrenheit 9/11 when they talk about all pharmaceuticals, how it works, how they have a panel of doctors. Well, this person, no, it's going to cost too much to save him. Pass on him. That's how insurances
You
work.
mean the Michael Moore?
Yeah, the Michael Moore. Mm-hmm. The Michael Moore. I said Roger Moore yesterday, but it's Michael Moore.
Michael Moore.
But you see how they work. Mm-hmm. They pay doctors to prescribe certain type of drugs, and they pay the doctors big. They give them bonuses. The more patients you give them, the more they pay this doctor. Mm-hmm. It's always been like that. The difference is that now people are focusing on them now. Now there's an eye on you, and you're no longer like hiding in the shadows anymore. Mm-hmm. Now it's come out. It's come out. Somebody told me yesterday also, how did the CDC and the FDA pass? Remember, because you saw a show. I remember a documentary on how the FDA works, how they have big companies paying them off so they could pass their products through the FDA approved.
Yeah, that's why. Even if it says FDA organic or vegan, still look at the label. Mm. Because not necessarily that stamp of approval, quote unquote approval, means it's good for you.
Yeah. Remember that they like in this show that you showed me, this documentary, the FDA has like 12 doctors or something like that, mm-hmm. and they kind of review everything, what's good and what's not, what they don't believe. Mm-hmm. And they were paying some of these doctors large amount of bonuses to pass these.
Yeah.
They're like basically just bribing them. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. They're being bribed.
Yeah. So
they're not thinking of the well-being of you.
No.
I told something like this. I told this to our friends yesterday about what's going on with what happens if you don't take your vaccine. That's fine. Remember what some people were saying about like unions and like insurances. The news was saying the other day This is on the news after the game, and I sat and watched, and it's saying how some insurances are kind of getting frustrated that they end up paying millions of dollars, because that's how much it's costing right now. Millions of dollars for you to stay after you contracted the virus or the COVID, and you get incubated, and you're there a month in there on respirator or whatever. The majority of them take they get hit with $1 million loss insurances. Mm-hmm. This is after they give you your bill. The majority of the time is like over $1 million. So they were talking about the insurances. What they're thinking of doing is, fine, the vaccine's been out. You didn't want to take it. Here's the bill. Mm-hmm. Because I told, and somebody told me, how can they do that? Because insurances are not in the business of losing money.
No.
They're not.
All insurances, including home, car, medical.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody told me that, well, that's my insurance. Like, I thought they were supposed to help me. No.
Nobody's here to help you but yourself.
Yes.
Not even your own shadow.
And it's as hard as it sounds, that's what they're thinking of doing. And I think in some states they started doing it because, and we were having this conversation yesterday with our friends, and they're like, no, they're not in the business of losing money. Nah. If you cost them money, look, if you crash so many times on your car insurance, they're going to kick you out. Mm-hmm. They're going to be like,
you're a big liability to them.
You're like, nope, you can't. We're not going to insure you. Bye. Sorry. Guess what? I'm lucky, and I told this to our friends yesterday. I go, we're lucky that our company that we work for gives us our insurance. But if it didn't, if you work on your own and you were to go try to grab an insurance from somebody, guess what? You have to get pre-screened. They're going to ask, are you diabetic? How fat are you? Are you a smoker? La, la, la. They're going to do all this. And then after that, they're like, no. Mm-hmm. We don't want to cover you. Sorry. Or if they do, they'll cover you like the minimum. And then you have to pay a large.
Well, at work, I see patients.
No, but
because I do their insurance verifications, and it sucks.
Yeah,
some patients are like 70 years old, 80 years old, and they have to pay their co-insurance copay.
Yeah,
like $3,000 for their procedure.
But that's the way it is. That's when you pay out of pocket. This is why I tell people too with Joe Rogan. Because that's how it started. We were talking about Joe Rogan, how he contracted the COVID, and he was bad for like maybe 2 days. He said, and then he went to his doctors, and they gave him like a fruit batch of the antibiotics. He took the dewormer, and he took a bunch of stuff. And after 2 days, he said he was feeling good. Mm-hmm. And people were like making fun of him, or they're going, "How you get COVID?" And now you're over here getting the. I don't know if you heard of the dewormer that people are taking.
No. So
he was taking this dewormer that supposedly. It's a horse dewormer to deworm like the horses, like the worms and whatever, parasites and stuff like that. But they got two kinds. They got a human kind that they do actually give humans, and then there's like the horse kind. And people thinking they're smart. They went to go get the horse one, and they were taking it, and they were like getting ill and all that shit. Where Joe Rogan took it, but he got the human one. Mm-hmm. But this is the difference. He's a millionaire. He could pay for that. Mm-hmm. Most people could pay, like most millionaires could pay for their own thing. If the insurances don't cover that, they're gonna pay for it. And most likely he paid for it. But the common person, if you don't have insurance, you're not gonna get the dewormer. No. You're not gonna get these things that they're like in Florida. Like there's like this antibodies that they go and like once you get tested positive, they take you to the antibodies and they pump a bunch of medicine in you.
Well. At the urgent care today, the doctor that saw me, I asked her, so do you think I should just keep on taking my Mucinex because of my congestion and my coughing? She goes, honestly, just drink a lot of water, drink some supplements, your vitamins, and rest.
Well, the antibodies is
and you should be good.
It's a shot of
and then
pure
I
vitamins.
was like, oh, okay, cool. But I was just, verifying, checking in. We're like same level.
Okay.
But yeah.
Let's talk about mandates real quick because this is something I should have said at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Mandate. Somebody told me what mandate is, and I had to read it. And yes, our government, our Biden, has mandated, but he's not implementing it. He wants to. I don't know how it works, but he's mandating it, but he's letting like like the state run it.
The state governor?
Yeah, to do it, to mandate it on, like to run it.
So we're in California.
So it's
Newsom? What has Newsom done?
Not much. So remember, like the governors in every state are like the presidents of their state, basically. So they're gonna run it the way they want to run it. Not, even though the president said, "I want you guys to mandate it," they're gonna run it how they want to run it. And as you know, Florida ain't gonna do any of that. That dude's doing his own thing. Texas, California's doing their own thing. Every state's doing their own thing. Now, California, yes, masks are mandated. Several things, The masks are mandated at work, and it's not through the.
You need to rephrase that.
It's not through the state
because it's California at the state, but we live in LA County.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not through the state. The state is not mandating any of this. It's the counties, which is the cities. And I know for a fact that San Francisco and Los Angeles, because of how the population is so big,
we're like roaches.
Like, yes. So there's so many of us in these big cities. The cities have mandated for us to either be vaccinated, to go indoors, or to play basketball, to where large masses of people are congregated. You need either be vaccinated, be COVID tested, and wear your mask. Why? Because the population is so big. So when I hear people, oh man, mandated, you guys are fucking up my liberty, my rights, and then I hear on the other side, my rights to live, my rights for my kids, my right. So it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
But
it's a mess.
It's always going to be a mess because what benefits me might not benefit you, Gus.
Yeah.
What you like, I might not like. So in all reality, it's just the way life is. The only difference is that.
But is it fair?
No, it's not fair. Nothing in life is fair.
Is it fair to ask people for a vaccine card?
For what?
To congregate in large masses?
Is it fair? Is that the question?
Yeah. No, what do you think? Is it fair to ask for a COVID vaccine?
This is where I feel stuck because
if you say something,
if I wouldn't have my cousin who is our RN for LA County and she sees a lot of shit and all the shit she tells me, if I wouldn't hear her point of the story, her views, then I would be like, let them do whatever they want to do, you know? So like, let's say, for example, to a concert, people who are not vaccinated, why are you going to be questioning them for their vaccine card? Let them go see their concert. It's their responsibility. They're an adult, right?
Yeah.
That's my thought right there. However, then I think about my cousin, all the shit she sees. And she says, it's not fair that I'm over here, you know, taking care of myself because I need to take care of my family back home, coming here to work and taking care of people that don't care. That are dying. Why? Because when we're screening them, when we're asking them, where do you think you contracted the virus? Oh, at a family gathering. Oh, I went to a party. Or I went this. I went there. You know, it's like, fuck, you're over there having the best time of your life. Well, I'm here
taking care of you, working
fucking long day shifts, you know, and taking care of sick people, inconsiderate people who don't care. Like, then that aspect of the stuff that she sees, and that's just briefly. Yeah. She has told me more. I'm just like, wow, okay.
They're inconsiderate.
They are inconsiderate. And because of that, yes, they should be asked for the vaccine card.
Yeah.
But then again, I go back to my thoughts. And it's like, I swear, my brain is like a war. It's like, but then whether or not you're vaccinated or not, you still can get it.
Yeah, well, this is what I told you. Just because you wear I'm gonna say this, just like a car. Just because you could wear, when you go into your car and you put your seatbelt, doesn't mean you're not gonna get in. You're not gonna be any safer when you get in an accident. Mm-hmm. The thing is, you might get in an accident and still,
but it'll be less.
Yes,
then it clicks again into my brain.
Your chances of surviving a big crash are higher. Okay, doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna.
Okay, then that makes me feel more at ease. But then I start questioning shit again, and then I start questioning things again, and I'm like, I can't think anymore. That's why
That's where everybody's at.
I just leave it as Jesus, take the wheel.
But this is where everybody's at right there. That part is where I think
everything is so contradicting. It's like you do this, then you don't do that, and if you don't do that, this is gonna happen. And it's like,
I'm pretty sure when people and friends get together and they have exactly the same argument, because like I said, every time we get together, this topic comes up all the time.
Yeah.
Your vaccine, no, la la la. It's either making fun of you or you're the opposite. Or there's more people vaccinated and then you're making fun of them, and it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Or those people are la la la, and then you guys are stupid.
Right now where I am at, and we had a conversation I think Thursday night when you were eating dinner before heading out to work. I was asking you, Gus, we need to talk seriously. And you said, about what? And I said, vaccine for the kids. Where do you stand?
Yeah,
because I'm still a little bit apprehensive about that.
Of course I am. But I'm also comprehensive. I know what I have in my son. Mm-hmm. I told you what like I said, I told you, the outcome it's more than I could bear.
So this Saturday, our little one has an appointment with his ped. So
and I told you,
questions will be asked.
And I told you, ask questions, because I honestly, I feel it. Like and I told everybody, somebody told me, oh, are you going to let your kids get vaccinated? It's going to be the same. It's not going to be the same amount that we got. We got like a full boost. That's why they did it in half. We took the Pfizer vaccine, so they did half of it and half of it. Mm-hmm. So
our kids are going to get half of a half.
It's smaller doses. Yes. It's a smaller dose. Mm-hmm. They're not going to get a full blown dose. Because if it's a full blown dose, like imagine we were just gotten all of it at once, but we were going to sick for sure. So they introduced it to us, half of it here, and then they gave it 3 weeks, and then okay, he's good, and then give it again. Bam. For them, for kids, it's obviously smaller doses. Mm-hmm. Smaller doses. You don't want to, you want to get the kids sick because they can, and most likely they will get sick, just like they do when they get the flu shot. So, and obviously we're all gonna be and we're all gonna be just worry all the time about it. Of course, I am. But then again, think about my son, and you've seen the things he's gone through before the COVID.
Oh, yeah, since he was born.
When my youngest was born, what did he have? He had like this big respirator thing on him. And this is before COVID. So those are the things that remind me. And I tell you sometimes when you don't want to wear your mask and you're going out to family events, wear your mask because of him. It's not because of you. Mm-hmm. And I told you, not because of you. You're a grown-ass woman. You got the vaccine. You get it. It's on you.
Yeah.
I'll be bothered by it, but the thing is that what would bother me the most is my son. That's what bothers me. Because, look, I hate it. I hate wearing my mask. I fucking hate it. I sweat a lot, and I have to work hard, drenched, and it smells bad, and I'm drenched. It fucking sucks, Heidi. I hate it. You don't understand. Look, you saw how I was... Like how irritated my nose was and all a bunch of crap.
Yeah, my ears hurt at work.
All that. I've been through it. We've been doing almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
Going on 2 years. So I don't understand why people that are pissed off that work from home like, oh, my right. Hey, I'm working there. And I mentioned this yesterday too. I go, I've noticed, and I told you this is my honest comprehension. People that work at home have a lot of things to say. But it'd be different if you're in the office and you see somebody that's coughing and sneezing. I guarantee you that person sneezing next to you, you'll be like, oh, shit. It'll make you think real quick.
That's why I'm home. Because people don't want me coughing.
Exactly.
And sneezing and blowing my nose.
Exactly.
And spitting noogies.
Everybody says that until it happens in front of them. Somebody sneezes in front of them. And guys that are dirty as fuck, they'll take a pee and they won't wash their hands. Yeah. I guarantee you guys or girls know about this shit.
Yeah.
If you're with a guy,
there's some dirty ass chicks too, man. Okay, but they don't know how to fucking flush the damn toilet.
Okay, well, imagine this.
Or they don't know how to pop a good squat.
There's guys that
they piss all over the toilet.
So imagine being in an office, and somebody sneezes. I guarantee you, people are gonna be like, "Oh shit!" They're gonna think twice because it's different when you're in the office and you're in a cubicle and you're all locked up with a bunch of people. You don't know where they've been.
And you're in the same air circulating.
Yes. Because that came up yesterday and I told them it's a little different because they, when they were talking to me about it, I go, have you ever thought about this? If you were in the office, it'd be a little different if somebody would cough or sneeze next to you or very close to you, or somebody that he's fucking dirty, you would think it just a little bit different because you're no longer at home.
Mm-hmm.
You are no longer at home. You get me? Like if you step in people's homes, you don't know how dirty they are. You got to wear your mask. You got to do this. You got to be considerate to them and stuff like that.
Today I posted randomly that I don't like people in my home.
Why?
Because it's not everybody. It's just certain people. Like
You should have wrote that.
I kind of did. No, maybe I didn't. I don't remember what I did. But anyways, I kind of said it's just I need to feel their energy because sometimes they bring negative energy over here.
Oh yeah, they do.
So
Yeah, they do.
So I pray and sage after they leave.
You said that in front of our people last time, something like that. Because they bring this bad vibe, always complaining.
Yeah, or they come here and they're all laughs and jokes, and then they're talking shit behind. Oh, so dirty, it's cramped up. You should clean. You should do this. Fuck you. Why don't you come and do that for me? Yeah. You don't know our daily tasks.
Those things don't.
But you maybe because you're a guy, you don't take it personal. To me, it's like, you know what, motherfucker? I opened the doors of my home for you to come and spend quote unquote quality time with us, and yet you take the time and talk shit. That's why I'm like very selective of who I like coming here and who I don't like.
Okay, I think we're gonna just cut it off there.
Yes, cut it off.
So last thing, I look, vaccines were another question. I should have said that at the beginning too, why vaccines are good for people, why vaccines were made. The reality is vaccines were made, and I don't know where I saw this from, and I read it. I don't know if it was from the CDC or like the History Channel. And those are actually the only ones, like the History Channel, like the website, why vaccines were invented. I think it started in China because the large populations, when they get together, we're not like the most sanitized. We're dirty, believe it or not. There's sewer water. That's where like viruses and bacteria come out when you're dirty as fuck. Mm-hmm. That's where supposedly the COVID came from like the meat markets in Wuhan, China, which I honestly believe, this conspiracy Gus again, it was made in a biological thingy. I think it was, but whatever. It has been proven that, you know, like when it's not sanitized, bad meat, like running feces, that's where viruses like are born. Mm-hmm. So this is why vaccines were made. So when we get together in large populations, we don't infect each other, we don't get sick from each other. Because what happened when Europe came to the Americas? What happened to the Aztecs? They were dying of smallpox, of the flu, of the common cold. When the conquistadors came, when they came to where the Mayans were at, guess what? They were all dying. They call it a white man's disease. And why? Because at the time Europe had gone through the Black Plague, Europe had gone through the Spanish flu. They were going through all this crap, all these viruses because
all them white people are dirty.
No, but because because the population was so big over there.
Yeah.
And they came over here where it was they didn't know what those diseases. But when they came here, a lot of them got infected and they died because they had no immune to it. Mm-hmm. So this is where vaccines were made. This is why vaccines are made, so we could congregate. That's what I was told. That's what I read. I may be wrong, but it makes sense. Just think about it.
Yeah, it does.
So we could be amongst each other without getting each other sick. Because you don't know where you've been, so and so, la la la.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. I guess we're all gonna always question vaccines. I get it. But the outcome outweighs. That's why I tell myself, the outcome outweighs like what can happen. At least for my kid. I mean, we're all gonna do what's best for us. We're all gonna think. Some of us are gonna be pissed off. Some of us are gonna be yelling at each other, and some of us are gonna be like, "Fuck the government. I don't believe in that dude." And it's not Biden's fault. This shit started with number 45. That's it. Because yesterday I heard Biden. What? Biden wasn't even he wasn't even in office. Mm-hmm. This started with you know who. Mm-hmm. There. And I don't bring that up. Like I try not to say, hey, bro, like Biden wasn't there last year. You get me? So Let's put politics aside. Do your own research. Let's do our own research. Let's read. Let's ask questions. That's the thing.
Once you start doing your own research, you need to read published articles.
Yes. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Because people think, oh, I'm going to do my own research and jump to social media.
Yeah.
No, you guys don't.
No.
Go Google and read published articles.
Just like a college student would. Because a college professor is not going to take Facebook or YouTube or a crazy ass conspiracy or YouTube or fucking Facebook told me. I saw this lady putting fucking spoons on her head. La la la.
Yeah.
That fucking what's her name? Balls grew up to the size of a grapefruit. La la. Doesn't work. You gotta prove it. You gotta know your sources. Do your own research. Ask your own doctor. Take it or don't. And people that do take it, good for you.
And people that don't, good for you.
Yeah. And people that have too much time in their hand, don't go and protest and get people's faces and start coughing. La la. My rights. La 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 la. My what is it called? My rights to live. My rights to not wear. We live in America. La la la. Can we just all get along? That's it. My name is Gus. Thank you, Heidi. And this is Gus with the Everything Goes podcast. Remember, guys, catch us on the Everything Goes podcast, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and catch us on the Everything Goes podcast, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you guys listen to your podcast episodes. Remember, if you guys like, share, subscribe. Remember, subscribe. Do that thingy pingy on Apple Podcast. Leave a comment. Heidi will get back to you. And that's it, guys. Thank you. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Peace.